Hi, welcome to my garden. My name is Tiam, and I garden in Zone 5B. Today I wanted to walk around my side garden. Let's begin. I'm filming a week later, but it's still September. It's mid-September. A few months ago, this garden was just one or two white roses and a couple of hydrangeas. I've added so many plants to this garden. I want to create a rose garden in particular, a yellow rose garden because I love yellow roses. I picked up quite a few this season. This one that we're looking at is Vanessa Bell from David Austin. Just planted this year and it's looking amazing. Beside Vanessa Bell is another David Austin, The Poet's Wife. Unfortunately, The Poet's Wife is not blooming. It's taking a little bit longer to acclimate itself to my garden. I have clay soil, and I have to say the soil in this side garden is not great, but working on it. Here's what The Poet's Wife is supposed to look like. Here are the specs for Vanessa Bell and The Poet's Wife. I love the fact that Vanessa Bell is named for artist Vanessa Bell, sister of Virginia Woolf. The next rose I want to show you is Sparkle and Shine. When I first saw Sparkle and Shine at the garden center, I thought it was going to be too yellow. So I hesitated a bit, but I love it. It's not too yellow at all. Sparkle and Shine is so bright and cheerful. The leaves are a dark green and they're so glossy. This plant is so healthy. The next rose I want to show you is called Teasing Georgia Rose by David Austin. It's a yellow climbing rose. Look at this, it's so pretty. It has an ochre yellow tint to it. Teasing Georgia is supposed to grow up to 12 feet tall. Here are the specs for Sparkle and Shine and Teasing Georgia Rose. I bought a Julia Child rose for the garden as well. It's not blooming right now, so I'm gonna pop a picture up on the screen. Here it is. It bloomed a couple weeks later. Planted beside Julia Child is another rose by David Austin. It's called Molineux. Molineux has not bloomed as well as Vanessa Bell, but it's bloomed better than The Poet's Wife. But let's give it a chance. This is only its first year in the ground. Here's a picture of Molineux. It is a lighter yellow than Julia Child. Here are the specs for Julia Child and Molineux Rose. I find it interesting that Molineux was named after a football stadium. I want to show you a couple of roses that I planted last year. They are white roses. Last year, this garden was supposed to be my white garden, but I thought the white garden was just a little bit too cold. I wanted to warm things up with yellow roses. But the first rose that I planted here is Desdemona. Desdemona is a David Austin rose, and I have to say, the specs say that it's a white rose, but it actually has a blush tone. It's almost peachy, but it's primarily white. It is so prolific. This rose has bloomed so much. This is probably its third flush, and as you can see, it has a lot of rosebuds, a lot of flowers. Really love Desdemona. The rose beside Desdemona is another David Austin. It's called Tranquility. It's a white rose as well, and it has more petals than Desdemona. It's a larger flower, so it has tendency to flop more so than Desdemona, although Desdemona does not flop at all. So Tranquility is a nice rose, but I have to say I prefer Desdemona. Here are the specs for both of these roses. The last rose I want to talk about today is one by Proven Winners. It's called Oh So Easy Italian Ice. I bought it because it's a yellow rose with a hint of pink and orange. It's quite interesting. It's pretty colorful. It's done really well for having been planted in the ground just this summer. I planted a whole bunch of hydrangeas last fall. Here's one we're looking at Limelight. It's September, and our hydrangeas turn pink. Beside Limelight is Berry White. It's also gone pink. It's another panicle hydrangea. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Loving this Desdemona rose. It's so pretty. Beside Berry White, I planted an Annabelle hydrangea. Annabelle hydrangeas have a reputation for being floppy, but honestly, I do not mind at all. I don't find it to be overly floppy. In fact, I love this hydrangea so much. I think what I'm going to do is remove some of the panicle hydrangeas planted elsewhere in my garden. I'm going to replace the panicle hydrangeas with more Annabelles because I think the lime green of the Annabelle would go so well with the yellow and the white roses in this side garden. Here is my side garden. We'll take one last look. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.